This is a picture of Sharon I took in the house when she was sleeping and, of course, with a cigarette in her hand. Sharon smoked steady for about 54 years. And all the time I knew her, which was pretty much as long as that, she never attempted to quit smoking. And 54 years of smoking, how did it affect her health? Well, at the end, she had no lung problems whatsoever. In fact, she passed away from complications from atrial fibrillation. Well, many doctors said you ought to quit smoking, it's going to kill you, etc. Yeah, okay? But they can't prove that smoking is what caused her death. Anyways, in that amount of time, there was once that she made a sincere effort to quit smoking. We're living in Miami, and Sharon maybe saw an ad in the newspaper about a hypnotist who could hypnotize you to quit smoking. Well, she liked that idea because hypnotism sounded easy. Well, we were living in the south side of town, and this hypnotist was way on the north side of town, which was about 20 miles away. Quite a distance. But she decided, I'm going there, I'm going to see if he can hypnotize me into quitting smoking. We were sitting in the waiting area of the hypnotist's office, if that's what you want to call it, and suddenly out from his inner office walks her sister, Margaret, along with her husband, Dave, coming out of his office. And she just looked stunned and surprised. What are you doing here? You know, the typical, what are you doing here? And she was in there to get hypnotized also for quitting smoking. So it was very interesting how they had that telepathic communication between each other, that they were going to quit at the same time. So it was very strange because they lived way on the south side of town, just like we did, and it was a long drive over there, so it was very coincidental that they were in the office at the same time. So we went into his office, and Sharon was hypnotized. Well, to prove she was hypnotized, she was asked to do some silly things like pat your head and rub your belly at the same time or whatever, which would normally be ridiculous. And to prove that she was hypnotized, she did these ridiculous things. So then he went on to say something of the nature that when you take a cigarette, you are going to want to throw up, so that it tastes horrible and you can't stand it. Something along that line. So we finished with the hypnotism session, and it worked pretty well. Every time Sharon put that cigarette to her mouth, it and put it down. Unfortunately, it only lasted for one day. Hypnotism was good for a day. So whatever the price was, we paid $10, $20 for hypnotism. That's what she got out of it. And by the way, Margaret's hypnotism also failed in about a day or two. She eventually quit, but it took her like another 30 years to quit. So that's my story of Sharon trying to beat the smoking habit. You tried at least, babe. Proud of you for that.